Now, from Into Tomorrow, this is an ITTV special report.
Interesting guest that we ran across here at the Game Developers Conference, and a lot of folks told us about this guy, and we said, well, we need to get this guy on the show. He is a video game composer, some really cool stuff coming up, you don't want to miss this, founder of Video Games Live, and even more importantly, if you will, founder of Gang. And I'm talking about Game Audio Network Guild. Tommy Tallarico. Tommy, welcome Into Tomorrow. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. We have heard so much about you in the first couple of days here. I know you were on a couple of panels and doing some really cool stuff. And a lot of your membership are very involved in this event. We talk in terms of, especially since we're radio, even though, yes, we're doing video of all of the interviews here, but we're radio, and imagine no audio, or imagine poor audio, whatever it is you're doing. Imagine playing your favorite game with no music.
Exactly.
With no sound effects, with no real audio input. You can't.
I pretty much say it's the most important part of the whole game.
There you go.
No,
I would agree with you, because audio is so important.
We tell that when we're negotiating our contracts. But
I'll bet. So tell me, first of all, about Gang. How did this all happen to come about, and what is it that you and the folks involved with Gang do?
Yeah, the Game Audio Network Guild at audiogang.org is it's a nonprofit organization that I over 9 years ago, and I wanted the whole community to come together because, you know, game audio, there's a lot of different elements. You know, it's not only a creative aspect, but the technical things that we have to deal with, the business aspects and how they change, because it's a brand new industry, you know.
Sure. I mean, it is in its infancy compared to a lot of other businesses that have been around forever, and this industry is growing dramatically.
I always say we're kind of like the film industry was in the 50s, you know. We're getting there, you know. And so, you know, so I wanted everyone to come together as a community to share resources, share information, and for people who are interested in getting into the video game industry doing audio work, whether it's music or sound design or implementation or voiceover work, I wanted a place for them to go where they could learn how to get into it, because in our industry, 50% of it is talent, but the other 50% is the networking, is who you know, and that's why a place like the Game Developers Conference is such a great place to go to network with people and meet people. You know, you send a demo to somebody, they're not going to listen to it. I mean, let's face it. But if you have a conversation with somebody face to face, you know, strike a chord in them and then hand them your CD, you have a lot better chance of getting heard that way. You know.
That's for sure. And there are so many people out there that think that they can not only create their own games, and many do, and no doubt about that. You got some great stuff coming up through the ranks, if you will. But the same thing, I guess, applies to wannabe composers or young up-and-coming composers, and they do want to get their work out to folks like you to say, okay, I think it's great. What do you think? And now what do we do?
Absolutely. And not only do we have professionals from all over the world, we have over 2,500 members now, but also, you know, we have student and apprentice memberships as well. And, you know, we have a $20,000 a year scholarship fund where, you know, we give one of our students, you know, the opportunity to go, and we also create game audio curriculums for colleges and universities all over the world, including like the Berkeley College School of Music in Boston now has a game audio curriculum created by us. So you can go to Berkeley and learn the ins and outs and intricacies of doing music for video games.
And what's so cool about that is the future is just limitless for those who are interested in this end of this kind of a business.
It really is. I mean, that's the thing, is it's not too late to get in. In fact, our industry changes so much, evolves. You know, what we were doing 6 months ago, we're doing something different now. And even with all the, you know, the downloadable, you know, applications and iPhone things, it's a great, there's so many thousands of independent studios now who are looking, it's a great way to get your foot in the door. You know, you don't have to start on a AAA title. You start with something small, impress the folks, work your way up, network all the way up.
And rumor has it you hold a Guinness record of some sort. Does it have to do with what you're you're involved in?
There's a couple of Guinness records. One of them, the one I'm probably the most proud of, is I hold the Guinness Book of World Record for the person who's worked on the most video games in their life. Over 275 games I've worked on.
Wow, and just some of the ones, go ahead, name drop for us, that our audience will say, wow, he did that music?
Well, back in the old days, I mean, the first game I worked on was the original Prince of Persia. That was in 1990, 20 years ago. Some of the earlier stuff I did, like Disney's Aladdin on the Genesis, Earthworm Jim, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series, the first one, the early Madden football games. I've worked on the last Sonic the Hedgehog game, Pac-Man series, James Bond, Metroid Prime. So yeah, lots.
So it's a well-deserved Guinness record, but it also sounds to me like you enjoy what you do. That this is something that truly, as you do composing music to draw folks into that game, it seems like you yourself and your members are truly drawn into the whole gaming experience.
And that's why I created Video Games Live as well, which is our touring music concert that has all the greatest video game music of all time, synchronized to massive video screens and special effects and rock and roll lighting. So we're really spreading that message.
Orchestras,
live orchestras all over the world. We play about 50, 60 shows a year.
That's amazing. So folks can actually experience parts of their favorite games to live music.
Absolutely.
You're opening up a world of all kinds of cool things, whether it's young folks or older folks. Everybody can enjoy that.
And that's why we created it. I wanted to prove to the world how culturally significant and artistic video games have become. In fact, on April 1st, we're filming a PBS special that's going to start airing in the U.S. on July 31st. And, you know, over 55 million people are going to see what video game music and video games are all about.
Hi, how cool is that? Tommy, we got to get you back on the show again sometime. There's so much more to talk about. You're a delight to chat with. You want to visit his site at videogameslive.com, and you'll see what he's talking about with this incredible cultural experience. Be part of it, videogameslive.com. And, of course, when you hit us up at intotomorrow.com, we'll link you there as well. Tommy, thanks for joining us here at GDC.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues from San Francisco this week. I'm Dave Graveline on the Advanced Media Network.